Hey guys, Finrips here, and today we're doing What If Deku Had Overall Part 5. Oh, you guys have probably waiting this for so long. Any of you guys who've seen this, um, you know, this background before know exactly what it is. Like, for, everyone who's been here seen this very old. I'm using this background for whenever I record on my phone. So yeah, when I don't record on my phone or I'm going to do it on my computer, the background's not going to be here. Because I'm doing it on my phone, I'm going to put my intro in there like usual. For my computer ones, I might start adding the intro at the very start, then the what ifs. So yeah, thank you so much. Even though I haven't been here for 2 weeks because, my aunt that's, living with us, we've had some stuff to do, and yeah, it's been kind of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. It might not be the best of my capabilities, but still, that's all. And yeah, it's been so long since I've said this before, but play my intro. Oh, now that's done. Let's get straight into it. Yeah, I'm so excited to do this. Like, I'm rubbing my hands together. Like, oh, this is gonna be fire. Yeah. If you guys haven't seen any other ones, that guy is I can't that guy is He just posted his own What If Deku Had Overall. So I was kind of motivated to do my own. After I haven't continued it for so long. So yeah, let's get straight into it. We start off with, I'm pretty sure this is after the Stain arc. So directly after Stain, and yeah, let's start off there. So they go in and they're all in the hospital right now. While they're in the hospital, they get meeting by that police doc. I remember his name for the life of me, but he's the chief, and he has a mutation quirk that makes him look like a dog. Sorry, hiccups. But yeah, it makes him look like a dog, and he says, "Well, you guys should be going to jail." And he's like, "What?" And he's just like, "Yeah, using your quirk illegally. No one ever gave you permission. So all the credit is going to Endeavor unless you want to go to jail." And everyone's kind of down by this. Especially, well, yeah, everyone's down by this. Izuku doesn't really care since he doesn't really want fame. It's just happening. Stain is down. So they accept it, and yeah. Izuku's been talking to Ida a lot more. He, even after being the complete shit at it, not being the complete shit at it, but after Ida, that long talk about friends, family, and revenge is never the answer. Like some talk no jutsu from Naruto, which is technically gaslighting, but yeah. Ida's finally stopped trying to go for his revenge. After you're gonna, it's stupid and dumb, and then he could die. So yeah. While they're in the hospital, Momo comes to visit him once. She's like, "Izuku, you okay?" Izuku's like, "Yeah, I'm fine, Momo. Thank you for coming." And Momo, she's happy that Izuku's fine. She's smiles. Even though she's like a bit worried. And they continue on. Shoto comes in. He's always there. He comes in. He tells them bye. He has to do his bit of his internship left. And yeah, I'm gonna say 2 more days pass by for his internship. Momo is now ripped. Yeah, she's ripped. She could. Is my brother home? No, it's just my sister. Roaming around again. Yeah, that's weird. So yeah. Where was I? Yeah, 2 days finished internship. Momo is ripped. She can carry her own weight, and that's like an understatement. But yeah, she is pretty ripped. Not sure how to really measure strength, but yeah, she's doing good for herself. Her quirk has kind of evolved in a way. She can now use the items that she creates and kind of reconstruct them. So she can turn a a long bow staff into a spear, and a spear into a pretty long sword, right? So kind of like Izuku's quirk. This kind of brought Izuku and Momo closer because he's had to train her in that aspect. And they've gone closer. If they're not dating, they're dating. Cause I can't remember. I only watched the last part because I wanted to get this out very quickly. So yeah, that happens. They walk into class. Everyone's talking about how they got saved by Endeavor. This kind of ticks Shoto off. Cause remember, he still hates Endeavor. It's not season 4 yet, so he still kind of just hates Endeavor with all his heart. So currently he's pretty pissed because he didn't save them. Izuku technically did, but still. They move on, and yeah, while they're talking, Aizawa tells them that they're gonna be doing the final exam soon, and most people are fine, but with the exception of Kaminari and Mina, they're lacking. They're really lacking. So yeah, and they beg Momo to help them study, and Momo says yes. He says that he's gonna be doing the study camp thing, and they're all happy. They all participate, including Izuku. So they all go in. They all bring their own sort of snacks. Can't believe myself saying snacks. They all bring they're all snacks, all sorts of snacks. Yeah, and they decide that they're gonna eat a bit, then study for a good 5 hours, then party or something like that for the next few, right? They're even gonna have a sleepover, which is I'm pretty sure it's not canon, but still my rules. So yeah, that's what happens. And during this time, Izuku meets Momo's parents, and if he met her parents, but if he met her parents before, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to do it again. So he meets their parents, asks for permission to date Momo. They say yes. They're officially now dating. If they weren't before, just take it like they weren't. Okay. So while it's the last day and they're gonna be doing the exam soon, while leaving, Momo kisses Izuku on the cheek. It kind of makes Izuku blush a bit, but he's good. He stays calm, and they move on. The finals. He's gonna be doing with Bakugo. Yes, it's so Bakugo. And while doing this, during that, a 1 week of studying, Bakugo came up. He apologized to Izuku. He didn't do it before. And they're on some pretty good terms now. So she able to work together just fine. Bakugo still has his pretty arrogant attitude, but besides that, he's fixable. Yeah, fixable. So that's technically what happens, and Izuku's happy with the results, and they go in. They get told that they're going to be facing against teachers, which kind of scares all of them, because remember, teachers are teachers for a reason. They're pro heroes. So they look at the list. They see that Shoto and Momo are going against Aizawa, and this kind of scares Momo, because remember, even though Aizawa trained her, Aizawa's still fucking scary. Oh my god, Aizawa's Aizawa technically. So she's kind of afraid, but Momo Izuku comforts her, saying she'll do just fine. She's trained for this, and she'll do great, even without her quirk. And this Momo just nods, cracks a smile, gives you a kiss on the cheek, which makes Izuku blush a bit. Everyone's there, and you're like, ooh, especially it's like my ship has sailed. So yeah. That happens, everything goes to canon. Now, let's go. Bakugo and Izuku versus All Might. Yeah, I had to say it like that, guys. Like if you're a weeb, then all you have to say All Might, All Might. So yeah. They move on. Izuku's making a plan, right? Technically, his plan is just to try to deal the most damage as they could, and mess around with All Might, right? So technically he's gonna have CC activated for most of it, because remember, it's the last exam, so they need to pass, and they aren't looking to pass by just going through the barrier. No. They're looking to pass by defeating All Might and putting cuffs on him. All Might still has those weights that, kind of restrict his movements, but not for long, okay? So, they go in and, while walking in, they're pretty much on guard, and, until they feel this massive air pressure coming directly at them, right? Izuku, with his quick thinking, takes off both his gloves. No, sorry, just stamps his feet. The floor disassembles and reassembles into, like, 5 walls. And this air pressure goes through 3 of the 5 of them, only even 2. And, he's like, shit, he's here. Bakugo. And, Bakugo starts going up, into the air, to get, like, a visual view of what's going on. And there he sees All Might, right? And, Izuku says he's going to buy him time to go to do, like, his ultimate move and all that. And, how it's your impact, he should, he's going to distract All Might while he prepares, like, his outward impact. Bakugo's, he nods his head and, he starts to fly high, like very high, like highest ever, right? While Izuku's currently kind of boxing with All Might, right? Technically, they're kind of equal in strength because Izuku has counters to All Might. While All Might does have, super strength and air pressure, Izuku using CC can just, disperse the air pressure, kind of nullify it. And actually, no, not nullify it, more redirect it or, stop it with its own air pressure. And the super strength can easily be countered by, because Izuku has insane durability because, I didn't mention this, did I? Shit. Actually, no, he'll do this during the training camp. So he does have, some pretty good durability. He's able to handle a few punches. And, they're fighting, and, All Might finally lands a solid hit on Izuku. And Izuku's flown back, All Might's like, ha, hero, you're done now. Give up. And, Izuku just cracks a smile, and he's like, oh, you have no idea. And, and then, he wraps, the capture that he has, around his neck, around All Might to, keep him there, I'm like, what's that gonna do? And, he's like, this. And then, he points up. And there he sees Bakugo coming down with such immense speed, right? While screaming, plus ultra. Howitzer impact, right? This howitzer impact is so strong. It, like, clears most of the, space they're on, right? Like, they're just like this massive wave of just like pure debris that the explosion caused. And this caused All Might's weights to like actually, kind of explode off. And Izuku's like, we must have got him. And they look, they see that All Might still strong, and his weights are off, and he's like, you guys have earned my respect. I should take the weights off. And, everyone's like, wait, he's taking the weights off? And, Aizawa's, everyone's like, hey, Aizawa, you should stop this. Aizawa's just there. He's smiling. He's like, no. Let's see what happens. They're good. They're the strongest in the class. He says this, it doesn't know, Shoto's like a bit pissed. But, he says this and he's like, they should be fine. They should be fine. And, yeah, All Might washes in, some immense speeds, right? This catches, Izuku and Bakugo off guard. But, Izuku, with his quick thinking, disassembles and rearranges the floor into spikes, causing All Might to stop. Because, he doesn't want to get his foot impaled. And these are like actual spikes, not like the dulled ones, like actual spikes. So if All Might ran into this, he would, get hurt. Because he's All Might, using one for all, his durability is increased a crap ton. So he's not going to die or, get like fully impaled. But, he would still take stat damage. And, Izuku finally, yeah, he wasn't using, he was using CC, I'm talking about, right? His eyes still glowing, yellow, it's reached like 10 minutes, like 5 minutes now, so he's like used like 1/4 of his time, he's pretty exhausted, and then, he starts to try to channel a wind blast, right? Or, yeah, he tries to channel a wind blast, right? He raises his hand up, he starts to collect a crap ton of wind, right? He's making it into this kind of like big ass blade. He's telling Bakugo to, cover him. And that's what Bakugo's doing, right? So, this time Bakugo's covering him. And then, All Might goes for, they're doing, some freezing good fighting. Bakugo stands no chance against a weakened All Might still. But, he just All Might's playing around with him really while Bakugo's, having a crap ton of trouble. And, finally Bakugo jumps behind All Might, then hits him with the explosion from behind. And then Bakugo's almost like, what's that gonna do? Because, remember, this is villain All Might, he's kind of cocky. And then, Bakugo just cracks a smile. And, this catches All Might off guard. Because he's like, why is he smiling? And he looks over, and, he sees Izuku, right? Finally finished charting up that wind blade. And, he slashes his hand down. And, while screaming, while screaming Divine Windblade. Yeah, I'm hella lazy. I can't think of a good name. So just Divine Windblade, right? And this Windblade is so strong that it goes a decent 20 inches into the cement while off shot, right? And All Might has to pull up with a 100% Detroit smash to 100% Carolina smash to block this. And then, after that, he's kind of exhausted, right? And then, without him knowing, Bakugo puts the cuffs on him, and, they win. And then, everyone's like, damn, they win against All Might. And then, he cracks his creepy smile, and he's like, good job, problem child. And, yeah, they pass the final exams. Let's go! Mission accomplished. Bakugo and Izuku, they bump fists. Because, they put their differences aside. And, yeah. The only reason why Bakugo and Izuku are, like, friends in this is because Izuku wasn't quirkless, he didn't get bullied as much by Bakugo. Because if this was, like, an actual what if that I was doing, this is, like, an Izuku that was quirkless, then got his quirk and was bullied by Bakugo his whole life, he would never forgive Bakugo. So, yeah. But, he had his quirk, he didn't get bullied much because, Bakugo can't bully him. And, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm kind of focusing more on, like, the other powers that CC gives him than, his actual overall powers. So I'm gonna try to, kind of push back on that a bit, right? He won't be using CC as much as he would usually now because, yeah, it's a mode. It's not for him to use anytime, anywhere. So, yeah. Izuku, after this, he walks out, Momo runs up, hugs him, tells him good job. And, Izuku hugs back, and, he just cracks a bright smile, his 10 million watt smile. While, he still has his gloves on. Because remember, if he doesn't have his gloves on, then he could potentially kill everyone in this vacancy. So, yeah. Sorry. I'm just, out of breath. I'm talking a crap ton. So, yeah. After this, they move on. And they pass the final exams. Let's move on to... Yeah, after final exams, they decide, they should celebrate by going to the mall before they finally have to go to the training camp, because that's what Aizawa told them to do. Right? Not didn't tell them to go to the mall, he just told them about the training camp. So they go to training camp. While going there, Izuku, sits down. Momo and, the other people go off, and so does everyone else. So, it's like only Izuku sitting down there, and, he's sitting there, relaxing. He's wearing his usual mask, because, he kind of has to, and his gloves. And then, from behind, 4 fingers get touched on him. And then, Izuku immediately senses, like, Tomura Shigaraki. He says in a deep voice, Tomura can necessarily sense his hatred, but, it's not like he's releasing bloodlust or anything like that. It's just that, he can sense the hatred, and he's like, the hero that's always been in my path, Izuku. Or should I say, overall. And, he's like, that's funny of you to say. But still, what do you want? And, Shigaraki is like, why is Stain so much more known than us? Like, he does what we do, but, like, more openly. Like, how is he better? Why do the hero society, why does the society like him more than us? And, Izuku just answers pretty calmly. He's like, because he has motives. And, he's like, what? He's like, yeah, your motives are fucking hollow, bro. Like, I don't even know your motives till now, but just because of the way that you act, I can sense that they're hollow, right? Like, something like getting rid of All Might. Why are you trying to get rid of All Might? Like, you've shown no motives. You just seem like regular villains that pop up because, because, they want to do crime. Even though the villains are villains because, they have to be. You seem like a villain that does it because they want to be. Like, you have no motives, while Stain was doing it because he saw everyone as fakes, because, those fake heroes wouldn't do anything in the face of real dangers. They wouldn't sacrifice their life. So that's what made him so much better. And, Shigaraki's like, thank you for telling me. While scratching his neck pretty fucking furiously. And, he's like, ooh, give me again next time. But next time, you won't get off so easy. And, he kind of fades away. And, he tells him, also, don't call the heroes. They won't be able to get me in time. Plus, there's 100 civilians here. If you catch me, you're going to have to sacrifice a few lives. And, Izuku's, trying to go for, the non-way. He's like, okay. And, he leaves. Everyone comes back, and they see Izuku holding his neck. And, he asks what happened. He's like, Tomura Shigaraki. And, they're like, what? And, Izuku then explains that, Tomura or Shigaraki was here because, he wanted to know why Stain was so much better known than him. Everyone's like, damn, we should call the, heroes. Izuku was like, no, there's civilians around here. By the time the hero got here, there would have, been already a few dead, civilians. We can't risk those casualties, especially in a mall with his decay quirk. And, everyone's like, yeah, true. And, yeah. While going on, they reach, what's it called? While going on, they end up at, they go back. Izuku takes them back to her house, They say goodbye, and, Izuku gets ready for the next day. He wakes up, Aizawa's like, problem child, get ready, it's time to go for school. And, Izuku's like, okay, let's go. And they go on. Aizawa tells them to get on the bus, and they get in, and they start driving. Midway, they stop, they get out, and they meet, what's it called? Yeah, they meet the Wild Rock Pussycats. And, they introduce them. I'm pretty sure it's Tiger, Ragdoll, Mandalay, and Pixie Bop. Those are, like, the four of them, right? Yeah, I should be the four of them. I can't remember the quirks for the life of me. But, one of them has, been calling dibs. And, he called dibs on Izuku. While Izuku says, hey, I already have a girl. And, she's like, damn it. And, she calls dibs on, Shoto and Bakugo next. And then, everyone's asking, well, I'm pretty sure someone else, one of the other ones say, she's getting to that age. And, she's like, I'm 18 by heart. And, yeah, that happens. And then, they explain to the guns going to the camp. They ask, where's the camp? And, someone says, you're going to have to get to it. And, one of the Wild Rock Pussycats slam their hands on the ground, earth tremor commences, right? And they all fall off. Some rougher than others, while Izuku just, uses its overhaul to deconstruct the wall and recreate it into these sort of like slide. Right? So, everyone who's like, behind him was, could just slide down. And when they get there, Mandalay is like, go straight ahead or something like that. The camp should be in like the next 3 hours. No, 5 hours, 8 hours, can't remember. But it's gonna take a pretty fucking long while. While Mandalay goes to take a leak, he gets hit by a monster. Because he can do anything, Izuku pulls up, touches it, reconstructs the floor. Deassembles and reconstructs the floor, creates a massive spike. Just ends the whole monster. And then they're going on. And then, Izuku tells everyone to like, get behind him. And, Bakugo and Shoto, reluctantly get behind him. And, he's like, I'm going to try something new. And this is when he pours all his energy into this one attack, right? This is going to be like his ultimate move, right? And he calls it Heavenly Earth's Divine Piercer, right? So technically he deconstructs like a massive ass crater, and this crater creates this big ass spike that goes on for pretty much the fucking whole forest, right? After doing this, he's exhausted. He's like, shit, that took a lot out of me. Everyone's amazed, right? It's who deassembles, then reconstructs it back. He falls, and Bakugo catches him. Bakugo's like, Good job, nerd. And Izuku just nods and he goes sleep. Now they have like a pretty fucking clear path. So, nothing can really, sneak attack them. Because they would see it coming. Because, just like a massive ass line. And it goes straight to the camp. So, that's what happens. They get there. And, Izuku's asleep this time. So, everyone else makes dinner for themselves. And then, I'm saying Momo makes a bit for Izuku. Because, Izuku's, been knocked the F out. And, yeah. That happens. Izuku wakes up, eats it. And, he goes walking. And then he meets Koda, right? He says hi to Koda, but, this time when Koda tries to hit him, Izuku dodges. And then, hey, kid, what's your deal? And, Koda just, walks away. And then, Mandalay like, I'm sorry for him. He's like, yeah, what was his problem? He's like, yeah, his parents died in this, villain attack by this villain named Muscular. And, Izuku's like, that's tough. My parents didn't exactly want me to, so I kind of get it. And then, Randomly, one of them is like, that's sad. And then, yeah, they go in, they, take a shower, Mina's trying to climb over the thing. But I'm saying, instead of Koda this time, it's Izuku, he reconstructs the floor, creates a pillar, just, like, knocks, Mineta down, and he's like, nope. My girlfriend's on the other side of that. Like, he's like, your girlfriend, you mean Momo? And, Izuku's like, yeah. He's like, you damn bastard, how'd you get a girlfriend before me? You player. And, Izuku, Leonard's, spamming curses while, Izuku's just like, yeah, dude, yeah. He doesn't really care. So, yeah, Izuku, that happens, and, yeah, that's where I'm going to end it off. They will go out, Aizawa talks, and he's like, for the next while, you're going to be training your quirks. And yeah, so I'm going to end it off, guys. Thank you so much if you guys made it this far. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs before September this year. And yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. Sorry I haven't uploaded in the last 2 weeks. Please post the ship for the Megumin one. And after this, maybe later today, I might post, like another what if, because I've missed 2 weeks, so I do owe people videos. And yeah, I'm going to be doing like a bunch of one-shots, and if these one-shots get 25 likes in the span of 2 weeks. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening anyways. And please like and subscribe like I said before. And peace out.